All right. In 2024, there was a situation where this guy was very angry and drove in his car all the way to an event just so that he can, assault another guy. But and somebody that I'm talking to right now was present there at the situation that stopped them from fighting. And shout out to my guy Debo.
I had the S on my chest that day like this.
Yeah, you saved somebody, you know what I mean? Like for real. But one of the greatest like memes and viral situations happened from that.
Where Debo at? Where Debo?
The R&B music cueing,
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. He had the whole soggy sock flapping around. Chill, son. Where Debo at?
Take us through that, man. What was your okay? At the beginning, when you started to notice that there was a problem, like what was your reaction? You were just like, "What the hell's going on?" Or
yeah,
what?
you know what's crazy? I was minding my business, B. I forgot who I was talking to, but I was minding my business, and I happened to look over my right shoulder, and I saw Debo in Ike's face. Now, Ike got his back to me, but I'm looking at Debo's face, and he looks dead serious, bro. And I'm looking at body language. I'm like, I see Ike like, so I'm thinking no two niggas is getting into it. You feel me? So I walk over there. When I walk over there, I'm like, yo, what's up? And I go, yo, this nigga bugging out, B, trying to go do something to Angryfan. And I said, what? And I look at Debo, and Debo like, yo, where that nigga at, Swave? And I say, yo, Debo, chill. And as I'm saying chill, he spots him.
Oh, shit.
And he steamrolled past the nigga. Oof, like, oh.
So you're like a lion.
So he made me bump into some girl who I knocked down. You feel me? That's how hard he hit me. But I managed to still keep a hold on his arm, his sleeve or something, right? Which saved Angryfan because I was holding him, it took away from his punch momentum. So it went from this to this, and it became like a back slap. Cause I'm pulling him like, you know what I mean? And I just happened to just grab the nigga in time. And yeah, Angryfan ain't get the hook shot that was coming for the, you know what I mean? And he just got the little, you know what I mean? So I saved him that way. And then I wound up pulling Debo out the building.
What was your reaction when you saw him get slapped, though?
I mean, I was so busy holding Debo back. I ain't really think about it until I saw the video.
Gotcha.
Cause I ain't really I really didn't see the contact, cause I was holding him. When I saw the video is when I saw the contact. I ain't see the contact when Debo hit him. I saw the wind up, but I'm pulling him.
Right.
So I ain't see it's when I saw the video online, I was like, oh, he slapped the shit out this nigga. It was like a little baby slap, like, you know what I mean? But I had pulled Debo outside, and that's when me and Debo got into our little argument and all that. But I didn't know Angryfan told Debo the SMD. So Debo told me outside, yeah, that nigga told me SMD, and that's when I was like, oh, I ain't know that. He was like, yes, well, you don't know shit. Why you stopping? You my brother. You ain't supposed to be stopping me. He was just mad that I stopped him. And I'm like, I ain't really stop you for that. I stopped you because it's QB event. Her mother in there, grandmother, like, yo, my nigga, you ain't about to mess up the event. This QB shit. You feel me? So I was really, QB like my little sister. So nah, ain't nobody fucking up her shit. So that's why I really was stopping the QB mom. I call that lady mom. You know what I mean? She here, like, you ain't about to mess this up, bro. So that's why I was really stopping it. But I ain't know Angryfan had said that. And, I know they had tension from little arguments online and all that. But I ain't no Angryfan because I don't play that either. So I ain't no Angryfan said that. So when he even told me that he said that outside, I went back inside to get Angryfan to come outside so they could shoot the fade. That's why I went back inside. I went inside to get Angryfan. When I went back inside, they told me Angryfan was outside. So I'm like, all right. I went back outside, and then that's you saw when this nigga was soggy. I don't know where Debo went after that. I left Debo outside. When I went back outside, Angryfan was out there screaming in the rain and all that.
Well, first I want to say I love my bro Debo, man. Shout out to Debo.
Yeah.
You know, when I interviewed him about the situation, you know, he has said that like they had spoke on the phone previously and Angryfan had apologized for the situation, but when Debo started really thinking about it, he was like, you know, it wasn't sufficient. I guess the apology.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that part. You know what I mean?
Because
I
I
didn't even
asked
know
him, I'm
that.
like, why didn't
Angryfan
you?
apologize?
I was like, why didn't you call him back to be like, you know what? After I think about it, the apology isn't enough. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you say that? He was like, nah, I wasn't gonna do that. But I get where he's coming from because if the disrespect is really loud, the apology should be just as loud. You know, I mean, when you say something publicly like that, you gotta apologize
Yeah,
publicly too,
like
like
you
that. You
can't
know, so
disrespect in public and then try to apologize privately. Like that shit
behind the
don't
scenes,
really fly.
yeah, I get it.
That shit is funny.
Man, roll the clip. Do you feel like it was partly your ego because he disrespected you publicly to say something on that level of SMD, which is very serious, right? Especially for, you know, the older generation.
And I'm old.
Social security ass.
I'm old.
But like, because it seemed like you was okay with letting it go, and then you thought about it more, and you was like, nah, this is too much.
Yeah. Pretty much that's the story. Like I was okay, but then again, I wasn't. You know,
Why didn't you call him back and be like, nah, you owe me an apology publicly or something?
I'm not doing it. I'm like, we ain't gotta do all that. You know, because I know I wasn't gonna get that. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I was willing to take it to where I wanted to take it to. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately for him, that, you know, and then.
So you found out he was at the event.
Yo, my man, you the cops? The way you talking to me and shit, like you bringing it down like you Vlad TV. Slow it down.
You know you done fucked up, right? So you bought the bottle of liquor. In the end, Debo said he didn't like regret any of that. But I knowing the type of guy he is, I know that he didn't want to mess up that event though. So he probably does feel a way about that, you know.
Yeah, no, I know deep down inside he didn't either. That's why I was like, come on, man. Debo, you a league owner. You a nigga that, come on, my nigga. You don't want niggas messing up your events. Like, you can't, this is not a good look for you to be the one to do that. And I get it. But make that nigga come up, step to the niggas and man, yeah, what's up with all that shit? Yo, come outside real quick. That's how I would have handled it. I wouldn't have just came in bulldozing and just tried to swing on a nigga. Like, plus Angryfan was drunk. I'd have just been like, yo, come outside, bro. You gotta leave the building, bro. I just waited.
He caught a lot of backlash for that situation because people were saying, "Oh, you bullying him because he handicapped and he was drunk and stuff like that." But Debo said that he didn't even know dude was drunk at the time.
Nah,
that
he
the
didn't. Like, how
situation
would he know that
happened.
though? He ain't know. He wasn't there. He just came because he seen the nigga was there on live. And he said, fuck that. It's gonna take me about 40 minutes to get there. He jumped in his car. I get that. You know, it's on site. You feel that way about him. And Angryfan, he not one that come out to every event. So when you see him, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta boogie.
You gotta catch him when you can catch him.
Yeah, so that's what Debo was on. He said, oh, he there? And he came, but pause. He drove out there, but it's like, yo, you know what I mean? He had no way to know Angryfan was drunk. Like, I get him on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Angryfan was super drunk. And he is a tad handicapped with the one arm. So it's like Debo had a super advantage. And it's like, it was just at the wrong place, wrong time. Like, boy, I can't let that go down here, man.
You know, though, Debo said that he was a fan of Angryfan, though, before, you know what I mean? So I hope that they could squash it and put it behind them. But that those memes was fucking hilarious though. So
yeah, that's a whole fact, bro. I can't even lie. Bro. Angryfan, yo, they was
That
putting the
shit was
R&B
crazy.
music behind it and shit. Yo, that shit had me dying. Like, nah.
Because the only thing that was missing was the fucking 90s phone and shit like that. That would have been a perfect R&B video.
The
Like, you just got
internet is
into an argument
undefeated.
with your girl.
The internet is undefeated, bro.
It is,
That
man. It
shit
really
had
is.
me in tears, B. The slow motion walk through the rain.
I
The new
know,
edition,
man. That's
can
crazy.
you stand the rain? I was dying like, oh, they going crazy.
And they quick with it too. That's the worst part. It's just how fast they think to do it. You know what I'm saying? And they get it out. That's insane, man.
Yeah, that's just crazy.